I hope that everybody is having a good start to the week so far. And this week's psalm is going to come from Psalm 52, another psalm of David, and one that he wrote in regards to some who were doing evil against him. As David was, as we read here at the beginning, the opening of the psalm, or the heading of the psalm tells us that it is a contemplation of David when Doeg the Edomite went and told Saul and said to him, David has gone to the house of Ahimelech. And so when David was being chased and attacked and hated by Saul, this Doeg the Edomite was helping Saul out. And so David writes a psalm about those who choose to do evil instead of doing the will of God, versus those who choose God over doing evil, and the outcome of both. Notice or read this with me. Beginning in verse 1, David starts it out by saying, "Why do you boast in evil, O mighty man?" So those who choose to do their own will, those who choose to do evil, to sin, and think that they can do whatever they want, get away, they can, that's their strength, that's what they are living by, is their sin, their evil. And David says, why do you boast in your wickedness and your evil, O mighty man, and think that that is your source of strength? He says, it is the goodness of God that endures continually. It is the steadfast love of God that endures continually, not evil. But your tongue, talking of those who choose evil, talking about Doeg and Saul, he says, your tongue devises destruction, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. You love evil more than good, lying rather than speaking righteousness. You love all devouring words, you deceitful tongue. And so David pointing out they are choosing evil over good. They are choosing sin over God. But David now in verse 5 is going to tell them, remind all what the outcome of evil and sin really is. While it may seem to benefit for a time and get away with it, well, here's the reality. Verse 5, God will likewise destroy you forever. He will take you away and pluck you out from your dwelling place and uproot you from the land of the living. The sin, the evil, will bring destruction from God. It'll bring punishment from God. The righteous also will see and fear God, and will laugh at the one who chooses evil, saying, here is the man who did not make God his strength, or he did not make God his refuge. Here is the man who chose evil over God, but trusted in the abundance of his riches, and strengthened himself in his wickedness, in his work of destruction, in his evil desires. David says that those who choose evil over God will have a disastrous end. Those who choose riches, those who trust in riches over God, those who strengthen themselves in their own evil desires, those who live by their own evil desires, will be destroyed eventually. They may get away with it for a time. They may think they're prospering in what they are doing. But David reminds them that they will answer to God eventually. And God will bring justice. God will bring judgment. God will bring punishment upon those who choose evil over God. But now David says in the last two verses, in the conclusion of this psalm, but I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the mercy of God. I trust in the steadfast love of God forever and ever. I will praise you, O God, forever, and thank you because you have done it. You have, David saying, You have blessed me and saved me. You've destroyed the wicked. And so for that, I will praise you. I will thank you forever because you have done it. And in the presence of your saints, I will wait on your name, for it is good. So David is talking about those who are choosing evil over God, those who are trusting in themselves instead of God. But David says, I know the outcome of that. That outcome leads to destruction. But as for me, David says, I'm going to continue to prosper in the Lord. I'm going to continue to trust in the mercy and love of God. I am going to praise and thank God because God will judge. And God will punish the wicked, and God will bless the righteous. And so David contrasts here those who put their trust in themselves, those who trust in their riches or their evil desires instead of God, versus those who are going to trust in God and live and do what is right, and those who will be blessed by God for trusting in Him. May we all choose with David to say that I will trust in God forever and ever. I will praise and thank God. God is my strength. God is my refuge. Let's wait on the Lord. And especially when we're having to endure oppression from those who choose evil. Wait on the Lord. Trust in the Lord. Take refuge in the Lord. Trust in His mercy and steadfast love. And praise and thank Him forever. God bless.